Toastmasters have for you when we talk about pathways? I agree that it is a new module for all of us. Then when we start exploring it, we just think that, okay, what is pathways? What do you mean by that? Well, by the name where it says that, okay, it's a pathways, it will lead you somewhere. But how can you take the maximum benefit out of the pathways? Today, I will try to cover all of that and try to answer your queries. I will take queries in between the session using the chat option. You can use the chat option to ask your queries in between if you feel when you have when you are have something related to the topic which I am discussing. And after that, definitely I'll give you time to ask queries if we have left one. I'll be answering few common queries about pathways. Why pathways, first of all? When we have the traditional module, then why pathways? Now, next will be uh, what is pathways? How can we benefit out of it? Who can be who can be benefited out of it? All this I will try to cover today. And now, Anshuman, let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, I can see you.
Thank you so much. So, first of all, we all know that we are now the part of Toastmasters, and it is an organization which has 363 lakh 64,000 plus members and counting, more and more. 16,200 clubs and in 145 countries. It is a 96-year-old institution which has decided to help people from the diverse backgrounds and inculcate confidence in all of them. And now you have taken the step and answered the question, why Toastmasters? Today, we will answer the question, why pathways? With that, I will definitely, first of all, take you to the website. But before that, I want to ask you a question. I want to know who all of us have not even been went to the pathways even once, or they don't know how to go to the pathways, how to select the curriculum. You can do it. You can tell me by raising the hand option from the chat. Who have not selected? Okay, Bhavna, Ashish. Okay. So first of all, I will tell you that how we can go to pathways if we do not have the access up till now. Some of you might be new members to Toastmasters. This is what a Toastmasters international website look like. This is what a Toastmaster, since I have logged in uh, multiple times, so it is already, it's my personal laptop, so I can save it. But if I want to log out and move to a different login, I can go for that. So when now, I could say that if you have joined Toastmasters just now, so by tomorrow, you have given your membership and everything. So you must be given the fees for the month for the membership month October. So by 1st October, you will get the access. And how can you do that? When you go to the home page, the email ID which you have provided, that can be used to access the pathways. If this option forward password, you can click provide your email ID. They will give you temporary password, and after that you will be able to log in successfully. And when you log in, the first page which is shown to you is coming up like this. Now you can see there are so many tabs: pathways, education, membership, leadership. I will cover a little bit about others as well so that you can benefit the maximum out of it. But today we are going to majorly cover the pathways. If you are new to pathways, you will know that first of all, and can anyone tell among some of you how many total paths do we have right now? Maybe through chat? Anyone? Okay, 11. Great. And how many were there when it was introduced? It was 10. Yes. So now we have 11 paths. Before choosing a path, or I could say, how can we choose a path if we don't know anything about it? So I will select this option under the pathways manual which says choose a path. This will, now I have already selected a path. First path is free for all of you. All those who have joined pathways module, the first path is free for all of you, just like the new members who have joined. And you can select the printed material as well, digital material as well. But before that, before we move to the path we want to follow in Toastmasters for our uh, for our upliftment, for our improvement, I will tell you that you should go for the self-assessment. How can we go for the self-assessment? First of all, you need to select which resources you want. Like I'm selecting digital because I don't want to pay $25 extra for something which I can have a printout at my home as well. Now, after that, since I have taken a self-assessment, so it has already given me the minimum benefit out of that. Okay, the suggestions that, okay, these were the paths according to your answer, and you can select, your motive can be achieved using these paths. This take assessment option, when you will take it, it will everywhere where we go, right? If we have a health portal, if we have everybody asks you question, like Facebook asks you about your basic questions, your demographic information. Just like when pathways is want to help you, they would like to know what do you want from them. So that is what self-assessment is. It will ask you few questions about you. That is completely, these questions are completely based on your understanding, your nature, your comfort level with the language, your comfort level with the stage, your comfort level, your social circle, everything it covers. And after that it suggests you some paths. Now I'm going to tell you what all paths are there. This will answer our question that who can be benefited from it. Now remember guys, Toastmasters International took around 90 plus years to design this curriculum for you. Just a minute. Sorry for the interruption. With the new normal, we need to have to arrange our surroundings just like that. So with this self-assessment, you will be able to see 3 to 4 paths they suggest. And now I will show you what all 11 paths you have and how can you select. I took a lot of time when I selected my path. But before that, let me give you an insight that how pathways came into picture.
Hello, I'm Sally Newell Cohen, Chief Operating Officer of Toastmasters International. I'll be sharing the story of Toastmasters Pathways learning experience with you. Formerly known as the Revitalized Education Program, Pathways is an evolution in the Toastmasters experience. It's an exciting, flexible, and interactive way to build your skills and help others in your club grow theirs. The story of Pathways began in 2010 when the board of directors identified areas for the organization to grow. One opportunity was the chance to make the current education program more modern so that it would better reflect real-world communication scenarios and be more in line with the powerful leadership lessons that one learns by participating in a club. Extensive research and analysis was performed by the Board of Directors and World Headquarters staff because we wanted to understand why so few members were progressing through the current education program and what they wanted that would make it a more meaningful experience for them. Now, what began as a simple modernization of content grew when we began to envision how great this program could be for you. The timeline was adjusted to incorporate the new developments that we discovered in our research. And thousands of members have provided feedback in this process along the way, whether it was by participating in a program pilot or serving as a learning master or chief ambassador. Now, the choice of which skills you develop through Pathways is completely up to you because the new program offers 10 different learning paths to choose from. There are more than 300 unique competencies and more than 60 competencies in each path, and you can use them directly in the real world. You can participate in the program completely in printed materials, as we do today, or online, which is far more robust, and it's the preference of thousands of members that we talked to based on the research we conducted. If you'd like to learn more about Pathways, watch the rest of the videos in this series and join me for an in-depth look at why the program changed, how
So you see how much time they took to develop this for all of you. Each and every person who is a part of Toastmasters can be benefited from it. These are the 11 parts we have: dynamic leadership, effective coaching. After the self-assessment, you will be given 3 to 4 parts. But that doesn't mean that you have to select any one of them only. If you want to see what in all the path contains in all the levels, now there are 11 parts and every path contains 5 levels. Now you want to see what all assignments to each and every path level contains, and even the path as well. You can move to this website, this place. You can just type either Toastmasters/pathways. It will definitely take you to this page. I will definitely share the link in the chat as well for all of you. Now you see, if I choose dynamic leadership, this is the badge which is it is associated with. When you will complete that path, you will be assigned that badge that yes, you are now a better dynamic leader just before you started with this. Now these are the assignments which are there in one of levels. And this is where you can explore that what all assignments I can go through, what are electives, what are mandatory. According to that, you can choose the path for yourself. If you say that I'm good with public speaking, but I want to work more on my humor. For that, you have a path called engaging humor. And that path has assignments which are concentrating for you on the humor only. And see, now first part is common for all of you, which says icebreaker. It is when you need to get comfortable with someone. What do you do actually? You break the ice by saying hi, hello, I'm Nimisha, I'm so and so. This is your basic introduction. And so does we follow in the pathways in our levels as well. That is what icebreaker means. That is your first ever speech. Now I will tell you that what each and every path means, that how does it help you. The level 1 masters the fundamentals. It masters the fundamentals of you. It makes you understand about your strengths, about the the areas which you need to work upon. I will not say weaknesses. Obviously, there is a word come up with the strengths that is weaknesses, but since we have taken the step, we are not weak. We have the areas now. We will identify the areas now which will help us to improve more and more. And that is what level 1 do for all of us. Mastering the fundamentals, breaking the ice, knowing your style, knowing the strengths, and then working on your the areas which you need to improve upon. Your level 2 gives you a little bit just about that what is your major style of presenting, what is your style of communication, your personal style. And when you go through this, you will come to know that your club will come to know a lot about you, that okay, this person talks a lot about humor, that person is very good at it. And sometimes some person is an inspirational person, he likes to talk, he converts everything into inspirational. So that is your style, and that is the beauty of Toastmasters, that it recognizes your style, and as well as it everybody appreciates it, accept you the way you are. Then comes to level 3, which helps you increasing knowledge. It begins to a skill specific path, like if I have asked for a dynamic leadership. Now it will be concentrated on the leadership, my dynamic leadership qualities. This it will help me in that regard. Again, going forward, level 4, level 5 will majorly concentrate on the path, on the type of the path which you have chosen. And if you are skeptical about it, that which path to choose, go to this page, go to pathways, look for a path, see what are electives you can go for. Now, here it is written choose two of the following, but that doesn't mean that you only have to give two. You can have two plus, but two is the minimum requirement for this path. See what all things are there. If I talk about being in a humor, now if you see that learning your style, here the second assignment is know your sense of humor, but that's an optional in dynamic leadership. And know learning your style, know your sense of humor in dynamic leadership, the mandatory assignment is know your leadership style. So as per your requirement, you can choose the path which you want to proceed. And that doesn't mean that one path is done, you are done. Once you're done with one path, you can go for the next path. The only thing is, when you choose the next path, you have to, that another path, if you choose a second path, even while you're following the first path as well, that will cost you $20. So these are the basic things which different path contains, different level contains, and how they will polish you. You might be a diamond now, but I'm definitely going to tell you that you going to be a solitaire moving towards the journey of this Toastmasters. And I'm only able to do that because I have seen the growth in myself too with this pathways module. Like I'm presenting with you right now, there are various assignments on it which will help you to build your dream, which will guide you to build your dream. If you want to have a social media presence, we have a project for that too. You only just have to select it and go through it. So these are the various things what Pathways has for you. Now let me tell you the inside content of any path, or I could say I will take one of the examples, and then I will take forward to you that how you can go get to know more about the assignments you are being provided. Anybody would like to share any experience that okay, I went through that assignment, I did not I was not aware of that thing, but when I completed that assignment, It helped me a lot in knowing my strengths about that topic or that particular area. Anybody would like to share their experience in regard to that? Those who have completed any project in Pathways? Any one of you would like to share? You are invited, unmute yourself. You can share the experience you have. Okay. Okay, let me then share my experience which I have. If in dynamic leadership you see, there is one assignment which says that it is a mandatory assignment, and it says that negotiate the best outcome. And when I completed this assignment, I I was not only aware about the negotiation styles, but I was also aware that how can I mean, I wanted to go for dynamic leadership. I've chosen it by looking at all the assignments. So now I am a better negotiator than what I was before the assignment. Now, now we have selected we have done with the self-assessment. We are now done with the path selection, and now it's time for our assignment to go through. One benefit which I feel that pathways give you is that you don't need to go word by word, line by line as it is. If I open my curriculum of dynamic leadership, I can tell you that, okay, before that, let's go to the base camp. That how can we go to the base camp? Once you have selected your path, you can access your path curriculum on base camp. Well, there are so many options for the base camp. If you are an officer, this page will be a little different for club officer. Then this page will be a little different for you. But if you are just a member, like you are just a member, then you can directly jump to the base camp to access all the curriculum and the assignments. If I go towards paths and learning, my education transcript, it will lead me to all the paths which I have chosen for myself. Like I selected dynamic leadership. Now we'll tell you that how the assignments inside it will help you to learn more, and it will guide you. It will tell you that how have you made any improvement. For example, if I go to icebreaker, I will launch this tool. It will open the assignment just like a presentation. From the starting of the assignment, you will come to know that what all competencies you are going to build in that assignment. Well, Toastmasters website do say that it will take its own time to load, and which is it is taking. Meanwhile, it is loading. I will tell you that when you select a path, you can go to any assignment. Suppose I am done with one path. I don't want to give another icebreaker right now. And I want to jump into some other assignment, like I want to start preparing for my humor before I want to give my icebreaker again. I can jump to any level, any assignment at any point of time. I do not need to follow the complete path, but I will recommend that if you are a fresher in Toastmasters, definitely start with the very first one, because it guides you how to write a speech. The icebreaker guides you how to write a speech, what you can include as a content. When you remember the first time when you give an icebreaker speech. I also remember that when I was talking to my mentee as well, and when my mentor was talking to me, we say that we are so humble people, and especially we have been guided to, not to flaunt about ourselves. When we are asked something about ourselves, we say, what do we talk about ourselves? What can we talk about ourselves? Is it our story is so important that someone will listen to us? Your story is common to you, not to other people. Similarly, their story is common to them, not to you. They will definitely listen to you because they are there. Toastmasters is in a community which will help you not only enhance, improve your leadership or communication skills, but also self improvement, realizing new things about yourself, realizing your potential. That is the thing which Toastmasters do for you. And this is where it helps. Now, okay. Now we know that we can go to any assignment, we can jump to any assignment we want, but you cannot, it's not that you can say it's innocent, but it's not foolish. I cannot just complete level 5 and file the path completion. No, I have to complete all the paths. Then only I can file the path completion. And every path completion award is filed by your VP Education. Once you have completed all 3 assignments, just like it is written, if you are able to see, let me just enhance it a little bit for you. If you're able to see that, here it is written that minimum required are 4. This level contains only 4 assignments. These are the point where you will give the speeches, and this is the one when you are done with all the speeches, you will file it for it, and your VP Education will approve it. I have heard so many times that people do give speeches, but they don't file it. How will they come to know? How will anyone would come to know that you have achieved at certain level? And at completion of every part, every level, you get a certificate. Just like for level 1, it is loading. Yes, this is the certificate which I got for completing level 1. It is digitally signed as well. So it's just not all just online things and all. It gives you something. It enhances your confidence to come up to the stage again. Now moving to the assignment. Okay, I have completed it. Yes, anybody would like to say something? Anyone? I think someone unmuted themselves.
Hi Nimisha, this is Keval Patel.
Yes. Kevin?
Actually, I'm just new to this topic and trying to understand okay, that what's you are going to that guide us.
Hmm.
So it's in these assignments which you are saying that I have selected one of the pathway, right? I'm sharing my understanding, what I
Hmm.
understood till now.
Hmm.
You have
Hmm.
selected one of the pathway, and in a particular pathway, there are that sub assignment like 5 assignments, right? And these are on the that self study basis, like that we have to go like we are doing the other web based training and all in the Siemens. We launch the action, then go through it, and at the last we'll get the completion while getting at the while reach at the last page, correct? So during the self study and all, we'll get the idea about that pathway,
Hmm.
and then how it will actually improve that in a practical way. I'm asking because we read lot of things on the mail, on the YouTube, and on other social sites also. So how that can improve it? Suppose if I want to go for a pathway for the presentation skills and all, right? So by
Hmm.
reading all this the text in a particular level and all, how it can
Hmm.
actually practically help me. I can read the thing, that's fine, we read
Right.
the new, but practically how it will improve actually, that is my motto to join this, just to improve my that to add something practically in me to build up the
Oh,
confidence and the improve the
okay.
presentation skills and all.
Yes, Kevin. So I got that. What is your question? Is that what is in it for me?
Yeah,
Right?
actually
I
yes,
can
you're
go
right.
through the modules. I can go through everything. I can go through the theory. This is all theory, right? We are talking about the theory. No. First of all, I would like to welcome Kevin
Yeah,
to
thanks,
the
thanks, Nimisha.
community, Toastmasters community. You
Thanks,
are,
Nimisha.
if I could say that 364001, you are one new member to our community. Welcome.
Thank
And
you.
now, if I tell you that what is in it for you, when you read all these things,
Hmm.
when you go through all these things, you apply all these things in your speech. Now, I will tell you that, okay, for the very first level, I was just being comfortable with the stage. I was just being realizing my strengths, Like some evaluator told me that okay, Nimisha is having this strength, and if she polishes herself in that manner, she will be a very good communicator. So that that is how first of all you will be able to what I will say, being profited by being in a Toastmaster.
So who will
You
judge
know,
me? Sorry, Nimisha, I'm keep on asking a question in between.
I'll tell you, I'll tell
Then,
you, I'll tell you.
okay. Please
So
continue.
for that, for that, uh, for that, I have actually, it's good that you are putting up the question, and you are the one who are asking. Some people do have these questions, and that's why we are having this uh, curriculum. Nobody asks this officially, but that's why we are having this training, and we are going to ask. We are going to answer. Okay, I have a chat as well. Okay, for that, I will invite, we have distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh, who is a pro, who is also a, a semi-finalist in world champion at public speaking and has performed at Chicago in 2018. I will call him to answer that. Rupinder, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Uh, distinguished Toastmaster, I invite distinguished. Okay.
Hello,
Yes.
am I audible?
Yes.
Keval, correct me if I'm wrong, but your question specifically is that if I attempt a particular project, then how do I benefit out of it just by reading through the project? Is that
Correct, correct,
more or less
correct.
what you're asking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
First of all, you're not just supposed to read through the project. Number one, you're supposed to go through the project. There are assignments within the project itself. So if you're attempting a project such as know your leadership style, it is going to give you a leadership assessment. But since you are new in Toastmasters, if you are doing an icebreaker project, right? It will tell you what an icebreaker speech is. It will show you some examples of icebreaker speeches. It will tell you how to construct your icebreaker speech. So to construct your icebreaker speech, you're basically introducing yourself. Effectively, you're answering the question, tell me something about yourself, which is asked in interviews. Okay?
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
how do you construct that answer? Because one, you want to impress the interviewer with it. Obviously, you will want to call out three good qualities you have, or the sports you play, or the strengths you have, or how Toastmasters helped you, or how your particular background helps you. The icebreaker project will help you write all of that down. Then you get in touch with your mentor. Your mentor will help you formulate all that you've written down into a speech. And when you give that 4 to 6 minute speech for the first time, chances are that you will do very well. But there are also chances that you might not do well. Even
Right.
when you do well, they will tell you what you got right, what you got absolutely right, what you nailed it, what you do not want to change. Where you go wrong, your evaluator will tell you where you need to improve. Or it could be vocal variety, it could be facial expressions, it could be your content, whatever it is, your evaluator will tell you. Once they tell you, you incorporate that either in, you give your icebreaker again, or you incorporate it in your next speech, and then you will see an improvement in yourself. The only question here is that the only thing here is that you have to bring the commitment. If you can bring the commitment to this particular, to every particular role that you are playing, as to what specific elements you are looking to improve, you will go a long way, 100%.
Okay.
But if you think that I'll go through this just like I go through any other e-learning course, or just like I go through a YouTube video, then of course it is not going to help you. You have to go through the content, understand the content, then construct your speech, get it vetted by your mentor, deliver the speech, get evaluated for it, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, then work upon your weaknesses and continue building upon your strengths. That pretty much is how a typical pathways project goes. That makes
Thanks.
sense?
Thanks, Rupinder. Thanks for such nice clarification. Thanks.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder Singh. Thank you so much for helping me out. So now, as Rupinder has explained a lot about being in assignment and all the competencies which we have with a single assignment. I will just tell you that uh, by going through all this content, you will come to, you have all those documents which will help you, but the only, this will help you to do the self assessment that how confident I was with this competency before I presented my speech and after I did that. Now every project has this competency set defined, that these should be the competencies which you will be able to achieve once you have completed that particular project. Just like if this is the icebreaker module, it says that recognize the elements of basic speech structure, balance preparation and spontaneity when delivering a speech. Everything demonstrates self-confidence, identify your communication leadership skill and goals. So this is basically where you work. But obviously, as it has already been discussed that whenever you enter into a club, whenever you enter into Toastmasters, you have a mentor with you. So go through the uh, module, and in case you feel they have been, you must be assigned, they must have given so many speeches. Every mentor has given at least 6 speeches, otherwise that mentor is not assigned. So understand that your mentor is a polished speaker. Now with this comes a point when I say that if you could see that I have a path which says mentorship, pathways mentorship program. It is only activated when you are completed level 2, and it is again free for you when you have completed level 2. There are so many things in pathways. Now that's what I'm one example which I was giving, that when I go through that particular, when I implement all those competencies, when I try to work with this speech, and definitely if you are not happy with your performance, you can repeat your speech, but don't do it more than 2 times, because after giving your one speech you will know that this is what wanted to be the impression of me, but this is not. So now I have to do more practice and do it the second time, and you make sure that whenever you deliver the speech second time, you are confident with that. Yes.
Nivisha Keval again. So you're saying the speeches. So after completion of every level, the speech will happen, or in between also that speech will happen.
Every assignment is a speech.
Assignment you mean by level one means
No,
kindly correct
the
me.
if you are able to, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can see.
So there is this icebreaker mentioned.
Okay,
This is one assignment.
okay, understood. So after each assignment, there is a speech.
Yes. Every assignment is ideally a speech or something of an opportunity on the stage
Okay,
where
understood.
you will have that speaking opportunity. Just like I'll tell you,
Mhm.
if I go to level 3, you are just new to it. So you must have heard some jargons, TMOD, Journal Evaluator, GE, or have you attended any meeting, Kevin?
Meeting, yes, office meetings, yes.
Uh, okay, Toastmasters meeting.
No, sorry.
Okay, so once you will join, you will see that there are people performing the role. With every speech, you get a feedback.
Okay,
With every speech, you get a feedback, which is being evaluated on the basis of your project objectives. If you say that I have selected the option know your sense of humor and I have presented that speech, if your speech will not contain a humor, your feedback, your evaluator will definitely tell you that you need to work upon it. It's not like you go there and you just come back. No, there is a dedicated team, there is a whole big role player team in every meeting which invites you to the stage, which introduces you to the audience, which tells you about your accounts, whether you were time good with time management, whether how many hours you are speaking, how about your grammar, and how about your speech objectives. You have a dedicated team in every meeting.
Okay, and that assignment will help me to prepare my speech. Basically, it will be that speech will be based on that
Exactly,
assignment only. Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So the competency which I mentioned, which you can see right now,
Hmm.
this icebreaker project will use all these competencies. And for detail, Kevin, I will tell you that for detail, you can connect with me. After that, I'm definitely going to leave my contact over here. And for
Please,
any other
please.
further details, I will definitely guide you. Either way, you have your mentor as well. Whatever if your queries are feel unanswered, you can definitely connect to any person. I will ask you to go towards your mentor first and then your club. And after that, definitely, I am always there.
Thanks, Namisha. Thanks.
These are basically queries regarding to, okay, can you tell me more about mentors, like who will or can be my mentor? Your mentor, Ashish, Toastmaster Ashish, your mentor is assigned from you, either from the club, ideally it is from the club, but since the time has come up to the virtual meetings and online meetings, the a mentor from the different clubs as well can also be your mentors. Otherwise, you can, that totally depends that how comfortable, how frequent you connect. Your mentor is someone who has completed level 2, or minimum is level 2. He or she can be 4-year old Toastmaster, or I could say that has given about 80 speeches, 90 speeches. That can only be depend on the VP education. For your mentor, you can connect with the VP education of your club.
Okay.
Executive committee. Yes, I
Okay.
have this. Yeah.
VP, that education will inform us ki who is my mentor and all.
Yes, definitely.
And how to approach that VP education through means that mail or what means.
That totally depends on your club, that
Okay.
how your club communicates. If you have a WhatsApp group, just put up a
WhatsApp group.
message.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes. That
Understood.
totally depends. Some clubs communicate through emails, some clubs through WhatsApp.
We have WhatsApp group. Yes,
Yeah,
thanks. Yeah.
that's great. So now with pathways, every assignment give you competencies. If you can see me right now, I was not the same when I joined the Toastmasters. You come to know that you do not have to say oh every time to fill between a space, a time between the sentences. And that is what you learn from Toastmasters. And that is how pathways also help you. When you give the when you have the objectives with you, project objectives, evaluator takes that objectives. Now we are done with the assignments. Now we have this. When I will go to the end of this, I will have this evaluation sheet with me. Let me just show you one evaluation sheet, because we have taken a time. Okay, now this is the evaluation resource for icebreaker, and this is there for every project. This is the evaluation resource which your evaluator will fill. Here are the purpose statement and notes for evaluator on which they will evaluate you, and accordingly they will share with your evaluations. No fresher can give any evaluation until unless you have that level to give the evaluation. I mean, you obviously can, but if you be, as I say, that you do not know the level of person who is joining Toastmasters, he cannot even be comfortable with the language, and someone is so much fluent and just wanted to come for the social circle. Okay. Not yes, the evaluator is supposed to write our evaluation here. Thank you, Rupinder, for correcting me. Anyone can be the evaluator. Uh, okay, anyone can be the evaluator. You just need all the role players are designed by the within the club. That is totally dependent on the club as well. And now evaluator is supposed to write our evaluation here. Yes, he is supposed to do that. Whenever you go to the physical meeting, you give this printout to your evaluator and that evaluator has to fill it. Otherwise, this is an editable PDF. If you're going to the online meetings, so you can they can write it. This is an editable one. If I start writing, this is an editable one. So they can evaluate. Now, when you get the evaluation from your evaluator, evaluator gives a evaluation in meeting as well, and also ideally an evaluator should fill this form and give it back to you when you are done with your speech. What to do, how to store this data, now we'll come to that. If I go in the pathways, there is an option which is visible to me as home. Let me just enhance it for you. This home option is there, and when I click on home, I will see my profile. Okay, just let me go to the profile. Now here is the profile. There are two things. One is your data, which you can maintain. These badges will be given to you as per your level completion, level start, level selection. The badges will be given to you from the Toastmasters, the module. But here is this folder. This folder is maintained only for you. This is the private folder which you can maintain. Every evaluation can be, when you are now available with the evaluation from your evaluator, the sheet is there with you. Now where to store? Every time we cannot store it, like uh, we have one system which says that if we are want to access it on the another system, upload it, select it, upload it over here. By adding a file, you can save all your evaluation forms, all the documents which are related to your Toastmasters. You can store it over here. This is the personal space which Toastmaster has given to you. And also, here you can request feedback from the other members as well, if that person is not your evaluator as well. Just like if I'll say that, uh, for example, I can see that some person, Veera Perumal from my club, has uh, asked feedback from me. So where I can see it, you can request as well as provide the feedback. So here I will say that Veera has asked me that I would like to hear your thought on my icebreaker speech. You can request the feedback from other members of your club as well. You never know how pathways can help you enhance your skills to, when you're ready to accept the feedback, when you're ready to implement it, you're definitely, it is going to polish you. Now, e-portfolio is for your use. You can store your evaluations over here. Feedback is where you can look for the feedback from the other members of your club. Please note that this is for your members. You can ask anything from your club over here. You can request any feedback from your club over here. It can be a private message as well. It can be a public messages as well. Uh, do a note when you make this kind of changes to this.
Nimisha, one question.
Yes, yes.
Like when we get feedback from our mentor, right, on our speed, so how that mentor can help us to improve that our
That
shortcomings,
is
basically.
that is definitely a decision of your mentor. How you both want to connect. You want to connect over a Zoom call. You want to connect over a WhatsApp message. That is the understanding between the mentor and the mentee. That how they want to proceed, how many times they want to connect, how many times they want to listen to your speech. Sometimes some mentors, I will not say the mentor thing, it is based on the mentee. If a mentee is well rehearsed, or mentor feels that okay, one practice is enough with him or her, so they can go for one. If they feel that they need to take 1 month or maybe five speeches, five, that is, mentor can decide that when this mentee is ready to present. That is totally the decision of the mentor and the understanding between you and your mentor.
And secondly, his mentor helps in selecting the pathway also.
You can ask them their help.
Okay. Okay.
You can ask their help. Mentor is there to guide you with each and everything in Toastmasters,
Done. Thanks. Yeah.
right? Thank you. So this is what, now looking for the resources, if I say that, okay, I am done with this meeting, I'm done with this today's training session, or I could not find any connect with the things which were said to me earlier, where I can look for more content. Some people are good with the book reading stuff, some people are more of a YouTube people, they want to see the videos. So there is a lot and lot of resources over the Toastmasters as well, which you can refer to. I will recommend, if you are a fresher to Toastmasters, go to the navigator. You have these kind of manuals in all the languages. I mean, the languages which are majorly, as we are in, as Toastmasters is in 145 countries, so not everybody is comfortable with English. People do possess, in any language you can go through it. Now, I, as a navigator, it will help you guide with each and everything which is there in Toastmasters and how you can benefit out of it. This is the, you can say, uh, just like a manual, the manual which is being shared with you when you buy a technical device and you are unaware of how to operate it. This is basically that manual which can help you. Obviously, it is theoretical. You can clarify things with your mentor as well, your club as well. Your, why do you call it home club? Because they are there to help you. Toastmasters is a community. We all are there to help each and every one over here. So this is the navigator, which first I think I will recommend it for a fresher to go through. And then there are so many, if I go to evaluation resource and I talk about, okay, I will go for English because I'm not so fluent in other languages. So all the speeches which are there in all the modules, you can find it here. Pick up the relevant one which is near to your speech, and even I will recommend, do share your evaluation resource with your evaluator. But even if you are evaluating someone who has not shared, you can pick up their resource from here. Honey, you just joined Toastmasters? I mean, like a few days back. Thank you, Anshuman. Honey, I would like you to unmute yourself and please let me know that.
I mean, I'm feeling a little odd out here because I can see only 3 tabs in my login: home, path and learning, and tutorials and resources. Whereas what you are showing are multiple ones.
No. I'm so let me know if you are able to see tutorials and resources. Click on tutorials and
Yes,
resources.
I'm able to see that.
After that, you will get all these.
This I've understood, but then you showed us options of, having e-directory or feedback that is not visible to us.
That is a different, okay. Let me just show you. When you select paths and learnings, you will be okay. Honey, have you just joined Toastmasters? I'm
Been three
asking.
months.
Sorry, how many months?
3 months.
Okay, so just select this. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Just paths and learnings, and now are you able to see this?
1 minute. Let me find out. Paths and learnings. Nothing is coming below that.
Have you selected any path?
Yeah, presentation mastery.
Okay, then honey, I would like to tell you that let us connect outside this.
Okay.
After this, I will just leave my contact number over here. We can connect and I'll guide you.
Oh, I
What is
got
the
that.
issue?
Sorry, I got that. It's come to Basecamp, feedback, paths and learning, and e-portfolio. You're right.
Right. Okay, great. That is great. Okay. I got it. But the issue is that after pointing to paths and learnings, you have to again select paths and learnings.
Yeah, I got that now.
By clicking on that, it will not come. That is
Okay,
the thing.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Great.
Right.
One question I missed from Rashi. I have recently joined club and I have been assigned a mentor, but we have not connected. Can you please repeat how my mentor will help you? Connect with your growth, connect with your mentor, Rashi. Your mentor will help you, will guide you in all the manners you need. That obviously can depend on the understanding with between you and your mentor, but ideally a mentor will guide you through each and everything in Toastmasters, be it explaining the roles in the meetings or being guiding you with that. That is a totally your thing. See, as a kid, if I say that okay, I've been to a class, I was in second and I did not ask any question to my teacher, how will my teacher come to know that I don't know this, right? So for me, if I'll tell you that for me, TMOD was jargon in the very first, but I will say that my mentor has guided me through each and every role. I know where it was not required. She guided me through that as well. I did not know that I could approach her for this, but she still guided me. She said that I will guide you in that. And mentor will approach to him. It is a taboo. I feel that sometimes we think whether we should connect with a mentor or mentor should approach us. Doesn't matter. It is always going to be a two-way communication. Then only it is going to be a success. Right, Rashi?
Yeah, Nimisha Rashi this side again.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, I've attended just one meeting as a member recently, as a Toastmaster in my club.
Hmm.
But my question is that the mentor does not attend the meetings. So how will the mentor come to know how you're performing and
Okay. In that
yeah,
case, if I would if I can sense is that you're not completely satisfied, right? You want your mentor to be either way. You can first of all discuss with your mentor, and if still the things are not working out, talk to your VP education. She or he will be guiding you, and if required, you can be moved to a new mentor. Your growth is the major. Your growth is your responsibility, Rashi, and you need to take measures according to that. Am I making sense?
yes, yes, definitely.
Approach it rather than looking waiting. Go and ask that this is what I'm expecting from you, and please tell me if these expectations you will be able to fulfill, and if not, definitely talk to the VP education of your club. They will look into the concern. Your growth should not stop. Okay, Kevil, can you just share kind of SOP that how to move in Toastmasters tool? It will definitely help me. Kevil, I think with this, let explain earlier that you have just, yes, every club has a EC. Every club has a EC. Every club has president as well as presidents. There is a line, education,
Yes, yes.
membership, and
Okay.
to everybody. Yes, Kevin. So you are asking about how to navigate into the pathways, how to
Yeah, yeah,
go
yeah. It
through
means which, yes, which field to select and where to go, where we'll find the data.
when
Kind
you
of,
logged.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, I what I'll do is that this meeting is getting recorded. I have
Mhm.
shared in within this. Might be that you needed a second session on that. So go through that recording. You will be
Okay.
able to know that how to navigate through all this. If I
Okay.
will, when I have shown that how when I will log in, how will be I able to see the paths. If I go to the suppose home page, there is a pathways tab. You can find everything in that. This pathways,
Okay.
choose a path option
Choose
is
a
there.
path.
Are you,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
go to base camp and everything is there. Good to go.
Yes, yes, yes.
So evaluation resources as well are clear that how we can take the best out of it, evaluations, and go and read the navigator. As I said that for a fresher, it is very important to read a navigator. You will definitely, this is also a navigator is there, but you can go to the base camp as well if you have chosen. There are so many things. Welcome to your Toastmaster Club, speeches and evaluations, pathways learning experience. There are so many things. Okay, Meenakshi, please check the chat as Meenakshi, Toastmaster Meenakshi has answered the question. Okay. So the last question was that who can be benefited from it? I guess the whole session is about that who can be benefited about it from it. Everybody over here can be benefited from it. You can choose the way, you can choose the path you want to. You have 11 options. And also one thing which I think I should tell all of you, that even if you feel, after giving first 2 or 3 speeches, you have not completed your level 1. If you feel that I have chosen the wrong path, and okay, this person is going on this path and I want to do this, you can choose that path. If you have not completed, if you have not filed level 1, if you have not completed level 1 of your path, current path, you can definitely change your path. That is, choose it. Better to choose it with after taking a good look at it, after discussing with your mentor. But if you still want to change, you can change. And there is no restriction of paths. First path is free for you. After that, you can choose as many paths as you want. So you just have to pay $20 per path. Take an assessment. Every time you will have a different understanding of yourself. So if you want to take another assessment, take it. Know that, okay, what I want more from myself. Remember, your growth is in your hands. Your learning is in your hands. If you will not raise your hand, your question will not get answered. So this is where pathways can be done, look upon. And now here, if I'll say that this is the education. Now see, VP education, VP membership, leadership central is for your executive committee. That is a completely different. These are different various kind of things that are there in this module. Now, if I'll just go through a basic thing, that how do I come to know about my meeting rules? Well, Navigator does it. But if you still are looking for more explanation on it, or the tools which you can use for this, go to membership, click on club meeting roles. Each and every role in your meeting is explained under this. Select the Toastmaster, that is Toastmaster of the day. If I'm grammarian, select grammarian. I will have the tool with me. So as a fresher, this contains everything. But obviously, as a human being, we want the manual touch, and we have mentors and our club for that. And since the times are now with virtual and online, we can go to any club we want. We can connect with any person we want. This is our new normal. So let's have a growth in it. And don't feel that being in a virtual podium will not give me that stage which I really wanted in the physical one. You imagine it. Imagination, what God has given us, what a human being has. Imagine it that I am standing in front of an audience and speaking. You will definitely grow. Practice it like that. So this is what I have. Thank you so much, Rashi. Uh, Now this is what I have for pathways. If any one of you, although I have taken an hour or so, but still to answer a few queries, the stage is open. You can ask anything you want. You can upload. These are your evaluation resources. As I told you, there are so many places where you can find everything, your purposes, your objectives. Google it. Put it the first thing on the Google. Say, I want to have an evaluation resource. Toastmasters, see, it comes by itself. It will take you to the place where evaluation resources are available. See, this is one specific, but accordingly you can search for that. So yes, the stage is open for questions. We can have 5 more minutes. Anshuman, can we have 5 more minutes for question and answer session?
I think you can share your mail ID or contact detail, Nimisha.
Nimisha, as it
let us
works
go
for
through.
you, like
Okay.
we can clock it for 5 more minutes and close it.
Okay.
Hi Nimisha, Ashish this side.
Yes.
I want to share my understanding like that it is important for one to choose your pathway even before your first speech. Is it right?
You have to idly. What I did with my mentor was that I will not share the complete thing, but I will say that what I did with my mentor was that we really needed to work hard. So we started way before that when he chose the path. An icebreaker thing is common to all the paths. If you are a fresher, first of all, we have selected a path. So as you know that icebreaker is the first thing which I have to give, you can start preparing on it with your mentor as well, with the guidance of your mentor as well. Or maybe if you want to wait, then you can wait for the path to get activated on the first. If you have joined this month, on the 1st October, your path, your access will be activated, and you can definitely work on that.
So we will get mail for that, huh? On the 1st of October.
No, you will not get a, I'm not sure about the mail. I don't
Okay.
exactly remember, because these criteria being, okay, 90 days to everyone. 90 days. Rupinder, can you please clarify on being 90 days? Distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder?
Okay, on phone, Zoom is a monster. Let me tell you that. Okay, you can change your path only once within 90 days, provided you've not completed any level in your original path. Does that make sense?
Yes, to me, but the one who is asked the question, is it good for you?
Yeah, thank you. It's clear.
So I've left my contact details as well, or you can even contact the RSVP in the invite and connect with me. So I'm stop sharing right now and just going to take the questions. If anybody else has, you want to provide any feedback, that is, the stage is open.
Nimishra,
Anybody?
Bhavna, am I audible?
Yes, Bhavna, you're audible.
Yeah. Thank you for a wonderful session. You cleared most of our
Welcome.
doubts.
Welcome.
I just have one query to ask. How many assignments are there in each level?
Good question, Bhavna. First two parts, first two levels, sorry. First two level contains 3 assignments each. So 3 assignments at the first level, 3 assignments at the second level. After that, 3 assignments in this third level, but those are mandatory assignments. You can do more than 3. You can choose what you want to do.
Okay.
After that, at the fourth level, the path which I have chosen, it has 2 assignments. 2 are minimum. One is mandatory, one is from the electives. After that, any option is yours. You want to take all again, you want to do it all, that is your choice.
So 2 are mandatory in each level, you said.
3
Not
are
necessarily. Not necessarily. Every level has its own requirements of mandatory as well as not mandatory projects. So the ones that are mandatory, you have to do that. So in level 1, for example, there are 3 projects. All 3 are mandatory. In level 2, again, all 3 projects are mandatory. Level 3, there will be 2 projects that are mandatory. One is optional, and one basically all 3 are mandatory. But for the third one, you have a choice out of 5 or 6 or 10 topics.
5 or 6. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Nimishra. Thanks, Rupinder. Just one more question, Nimishra. The roles that we take, like whether we are a TMOD role or any of these, so does that also count, or is it recorded somewhere?
Okay, ideally it should be. If you want, I can show you once more time, just a quick look at it. I can give you a quick look at it. You can record your roles if you want in your pathways. Although not all of the Toastmasters do that, but if I go to the base camp and I go to my profile, you can record on what date you played which role. Okay, if I go to about me, now here if I go down, you can see that these are the additional information about me. Since I was able to do at least once or twice, you added that I was speech evaluator on 16th of May. So I added it. I can edit it by adding the roles. I can do that. But if you can recall the Toastmasters mission statement, it says that it works on communication and leadership both. So these roles are basically, obviously it will enhance your communications and impromptu skills, but it also helps you develop your leadership skills as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Hi, Bhavna. I would like to add something here. In the traditional program, we used to have a CL manual, competent leadership. In that manual, we used to record each and every role which we used to take. And based on that, suppose one project demands that you need to take the role of team mod once and a table topic master once or any auxiliary role pair once. So if you completed all those levels and you had to mention that specific date also, then your the specific level it got completed. But in pathways, it is a bit different as demonstrated by Nimisha also. Earlier, it was like that, like we had to mandatorily, it was mandatory for us to complete each role as per those guidelines of the CL manual. But it is good if you take different roles. It will only enhance your communication skills. It will enhance your competencies. So try to take varied roles. Don't take one role. Don't just keep giving speeches or keep evaluating the speeches. Do take other roles as well. Add variety to your communication skills. Add variety to your style. That is my advice to you. Thank you.
I'd like to ask, what was the specific reason for asking this question? Whoever asked this question.
Yeah,
Bhavna
this is
asked.
Bhavna. Just that how the roles that we take, because I had an idea that like what Meenakshi said, that those gets recorded in the earlier module. So that's what I wanted to know, if it is still recorded here also in the pathways.
No, but what I'm trying to understand is that do you see, is there a case where people are not taking up roles in your club? And
I'm yet to join actually.
okay,
I'll join, but my membership begins from tomorrow.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
If I could say that basically recognizing the importance of taking up the roles.
Right.
We do,
Right.
yeah, we do have, if I recall, we do have these some type of assignments. Not exactly, I am not being to traditional module, but I could recall one assignment which says active listening, and it asks you to be a table topic master in your club. So basically somewhere it does, but definitely it is going to enhance you and your skills, you as an audience, how you see people. It will help you grow as a speaker.
Right. Right.
So any other question? Okay, I will stop share now.
Thank you.
So I have shared my contact number as well as my email ID. Feel free to contact for any other queries. And it was a great. I will say that all the dignitaries over here are we have distinguished Toastmaster